time for flipping some houses, but first we have a lot of mail to check. Okay, so I'm realizing we have mail popping up everywhere. I was here in Pinnacove, where we have 4 projects to start. We have 3 popping up here in Coral Root Forest, and we have something sticking out in our mailbox over here that I didn't even know existed. Okay, and it says, time to buy a house. I just wanted to remind you that there's a site you can check out for rundown houses. Buying one of them to renovate and sell is a great way to increase your earnings, and a great place to invest the bonus you got on flipping that tiny house for me. Or you can spend it however you want. It's your money now. Take care, Tom. All right. Honestly, maybe we'll take a look at that. We do have that blue bungalow that we were working on, and we haven't really done a lot with it other than completely gutting it. Yeah, it looks pretty awful. I also forgot that we left a rocking chair on the lawn. Okay, where do I want to start? See, the thing is, I was thinking about some stuff and wondering if it would be possible to rearrange the bathroom so that we could open up a bit more here and make a bigger kitchen dining area. Now, this does mean doing a bit of demolition and hoping that this is not load-bearing in any way. I'm hopefully not going to have regrets about this decision, and everyone's probably like, you are completely losing your mind, but okay. Alright, there we go. I'm a little concerned when you hold to hit. It sometimes, it starts to expand. What if that's not... I guess, okay, I think it's when I hold that it gets bigger. Okay. So what I'm thinking is building the wall across here and making the, like, tub area, like, twisted around so that it's under this window. And ideally, as difficult as this probably is going to be, I would like to move this over so that it becomes part of the bedroom. Yeah, like I said, kind of ambitious. So we're going to close this in. And one of these days I'll remember that I have to click both parts. Okay, and that's right, I'd unlocked a thing that if I keep it focused on the green, it does it faster, which is really fun. Okay, and then I want to do the wall here and up to here, and same deal. And then I want to create a wall the other way. I just need to kind of move some things around because it's not quite going to work like this. I probably should have, I don't know, thought this through a little more before jumping into it, but you know, you've got to be getting used to me just doing what I feel like. Oop, demolition perk point. Let's check it out. What do we get? Okay, we can now strong hit with your hammer, charges up much faster. There's no time to waste. Okay, that's actually going to be pretty handy. Now, what I'm hoping is I can get through here. Nope. I was hoping I could get through to the other side. There we go. That'll make it easier to do that bit. Okay, I think that's about how I want it. So now what I'm hoping is I can just pick up this tub. Okay, well, we do have that I need to take care of. We'll set you there for the moment until I figure out where you're going. And then we'll rotate you like so. And I have a feeling it's not quite big enough, so I might have to maybe bring this wall one over so that we can get it in there. Okay, a little bit more demolition. You know, like I said, it probably would have been nice if I'd put some actual thought into this ahead of time, but hey, you know, can't be perfect all the time. Just in case this is a load-bearing wall of some sort, I am going to build another wall partway. Like, I'm going to just take out part of this wall, if that makes sense. Well, I guess I'm going to take out all of this wall. Really thinking this one through. Also, I apologize if it can be heard. I think for the most part we're okay, but we are getting a host of construction things done in our neighborhood. And, you know, I'm trying my best to work around it, but their schedule is basically like, we will get to it sometime between now and 3 months from now. So it's really hard to plan around that kind of, precision scheduling. So, yeah. Uh, Hopefully we can get it sorted out and, not have to deal with too much noise. Okay, there we go. Tucked right in there. And then we can put the toilet over here. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And we can maybe put this kind of centered-ish, like so. Get you moved over to here. I mean, there's no reason to throw away a perfectly good toilet. We do have a toilet roll holder, so put you there. And I'm hoping you will fit right next to it there. There we go. And we get a trash bin in here. I'm just going to tuck you over here for the moment, because we will need to eventually get, like, I don't know, doors and stuff in here. Okay. Now, my guess is that's load-bearing, but we're not going to be taking the whole thing. So it'll be okay. We're just going to shift you out of the way a little bit. Just set you over here for now. Okay. You'll be fine. And we're just going to pop you right there. And then a little more demolition. Nothing too brutal. Honestly, looking at the shape of things, I'm having thoughts again. We could potentially make our bedroom a bit bigger as well, because we really don't need the bathroom to be this big. So we could move everything forward quite a bit. Now, I realize this has to go against a wall. We'll get there. You need me to put you against a wall right now, huh? Okay, so we're going to move everything over here. Now, I'm going to restructure the entire outside of this house. This is me having my opportunity to do wild and crazy things with the house. But, yeah, it's probably a bad idea to do everything that I'm doing. I'm probably wasting boatloads of money. Consider it me being slightly inspired by the fact that we're, like, doing a lot of renovating in real life, I'm just, having fun with it. I was keeping that, wasn't I? And that's why it's just dangling there. I'm trying to keep walls in place that might be needed for the future. But, yeah, today's focus, clearly, just kind of getting our floor plan established and hopefully wasting the least amount of money while doing it. Okay, so I think if we were to walk in here, it might be kind of a small bathroom, but we could put a door right in there. Okay, I think to build it right about here. To here. Why can we? Okay, is it because the toilet's in the way? Okay, there we go. That's kind of what I was aiming for. Alright, and... okay, that's probably because this is in the way. Let's just get you moved anywhere else. Okay, now we keep building. Okay, before I build too much more, I want to slide this over here so that we're sure to have room for a door. Obviously, we'll need to figure out the outside of the back here. There's going to be a lot of changes back there, but I think we should be able to put a wall in here now and then figure out what I want for a door. And we unlocked a building perk point as well, so we'll check that out in a moment. Right there. Okay. Just have a little bit of patchwork to do there, but let's see. In building, we can now build walls cheaper. Okay, that's definitely going to help, but it would have helped a lot more at the beginning of this project, because this is the last bit of wall I need to do for now. I think that should be good. Okay, so what we've created now, ideally, is kind of a tucked in kitchen space and a, well, not entirely because we're going to have a door in here, but now, ideally, the door would have gone into the bedroom, but I don't know if I could make the layout work. Maybe I could. If I were to put the bed under here, we could have a door going into here. Now, I don't know how I'm going to go about actually moving things in there with a door in the way. Let's see. What kind of doors? We want just standard door or a narrow door? A narrow door might be handy, but I think it'd be better if we stick to a standard door. And I really like the style of these doors. And I think I always go white. I'm so predictable, but I think we'll go something like this. And I want to put it in here, but obviously I can't at the moment because there's kind of some stuff in the way. Okay, I think I'm going to need to demolish so that I can get in and make some changes. Okay. That's not where I wanted it. Really well planned out plan here today. Really on the ball with everything. Okay, I think we're going to put the sink probably against... Hang on, let me cancel that for a moment. I think we'll put the sink over here in the middle. And then the toilet... No, I prefer having the toilet not directly next to the door. I like the sink to be the last thing that you pass on your way out of a bathroom. So we'll place you like that. Look at this kind of down here, I think. Not a fantastic layout for the toilet paper situation, but still better than it is in my own house, so I can be a little jealous of that. Okay, I'm gonna take this away from the wall a little bit, though. I don't like that right up against the wall. Okay, so then the door I would place about probably here. And now I can fix the wall that I destroyed. Okay, yeah, I guess it makes sense. We wouldn't build the wall through the door. But I did cut that door height just right, so bonus points for me, I guess. Okay, and then if we put the bed over here, then we'll be able to put side tables on each side without it being an issue. I'm only building in the windows for now because I want to figure out where I want to put them. I kind of personally like the style of having a bed and then windows above each of the side tables. It's just kind of a look that I like. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but what are we? What are you? Oh, yeah. We might need that at some point. I'm not sure yet about the color choice on that. We have a lot of work to do in here because I've destroyed the house a bit, but yeah, okay. Now, I don't want to quite do like the, this feels like a thing that belongs outdoors. I don't know. I'm not sure where I want this yet. We might just tuck it in here, like hide it in the bathroom for now. Pretend it doesn't exist. But what I'm thinking, you know, bed, we should have room for a dresser here. I mean, it's not the biggest room, but it's now several tiles bigger than it was before. We did want to keep the couch, which I'm cool with yet. Do we have fireplaces? I have been wondering this. Yeah, I figure we have to have some kind of fireplace. But what I'm thinking is a fireplace on that wall, not here. So if I were to do that, I know it kind of cuts into the room. That's my issue. Because then the door is right there. That doesn't quite work. What if we... I gotta set you outside for a moment. What if we were to be placing you here? I feel like there's not going to be room for a TV in here, though. And I don't even know if there's room for this chair, to be honest. Unless we had it arranged over here. But then that kind of eliminates the fireplace situation. Yeah, I think we gotta sell the fireplace. I want to keep the chair, though. I like this furniture. I don't know about the color yet, but I do like the furniture. I'm thinking possibly that's a better layout. Don't know. It's a very awkward room with a very wide door. I'm just realizing how wide that front door is. I don't know if I want this here. Alright, I said I was going to keep it originally, but now I'm curious what it looks like without it. I'd like open spaces sometimes, and I feel like the size of this place is kind of calling for more open spaces. So you walk in and it's this huge space. Maybe I could actually close off a kitchen over here instead. So something like this. Okay, so if we do that, then it doesn't look like the chair is floating, but I'm also not loving the way it lines up with here. Really trying to figure out what I want to do with this space. I do prefer to have the living room enter into the bedroom. But I don't like that door being lined up in that way. Let's see. Let's look at our... Oops. Let's look at our front door options. I really like this front door. If we could do something like that, we could close off a bit of that space. Let me... Yeah, and then that actually lines up with the edge of the door. Okay, so if we come in, so then you would see this lined up with there. Maybe we should put this back, but a little closer to the door. I'm worried about it being right on the door because... Okay, that's actually not going to work the way I was thinking. Because we would need it there. I do think visually it looks better, but maybe not quite where I want it. Maybe I should move the door over a notch. I don't know if I have the skills to rebuild a porch, though. That's going to be the difficult part of this decision. I still don't know how to actually pick these things up once we have purchased them and placed them. I can't reposition it. If anyone knows how I do that, I'd love to know. But I do think we have it lined up now. I had to do a kind of convoluted collection of purchasing one, placing it, selling the one that was there, and moving or purchasing another one to place there. And I need to figure out the tools for that, but for now, that's at least lined up. And okay, we could probably put some kind of cute table over there. Another one tucked into there. We could definitely leave that there, and the kitchen tucked into this space. I am debating. I kind of think I want to create a wall on the other side here to match. Oh, there's the edit wiring thing. Okay, yeah, we'll figure that out eventually. But if I were to bring along the wall here, I would want to start it there. And I think 5 wide is what I did. I was just talking about opening up the space, and then I ended up closing it up again. But I really feel like that fits it better. I think the door's got to open the other way. So the door would open up against that wall, and then we would have that opening. Is that 5 wide? I can just gonna move this over. I think if I placed here, yeah, okay, we'll cancel that though. All right, now I'm curious about archways. We do have some frames here. Let's see, we're using the, let's see, I think just a basic frame, but can we make this wider in some way? Or, yeah, I can kind of think a framed-in space would look better. I love going into something having no idea really what I want to do. I just knew that I wanted to do that bit with the bathroom and the kitchen, and as I'm going and working with the space, I'm finding, you know, kind of what's working and what's not, and it's kind of an advantage to games versus real life is we're able to really like play around and explore the different options and see what works. But I think I like having a separate living room area here. So you walk in the front door, here's your living room, and then you walk over here, it'll be kitchen and dining room, and we would even have room for a bit of an island space. I do kind of wish I'd push this wall back a little further, and I don't think I could because of the way I've arranged the bathroom. We really don't have the room to go much narrower on that, so I think it kind of has to stay this way. And I don't want to shortchange the bedroom by pushing that wall back. I think we have enough space for a comfortable living room. They don't get a TV, unfortunately for them. You know, if they're into TV, that kind of stinks a little bit, but, you know, I think they'll manage, and we can have a nice, cozy space. Now, I think I want to figure out the door situation here. I definitely want to copy this door for now. I'm not intending to settle specifically on the finishes just yet. I think I want to flip you first, and then we're going to have to change the style because I need you to flip the other way, and I'm not loving the way you are currently. So there we go. Okay, so now when you open, we can... how do we get these to open the other way? It's got to be part of the same tool, right? Left, right. The door handles we can... Okay. I want it to open the other way, but I don't know how to do that. I think we might have to live with that to have the finished look on this side. Okay, I think I'm figuring out this building thing here, at least outside. So we just kind of fill that in. Not sure why one thing filled in that way and the other filled in as a wall, but, you know, we're figuring it out bit by bit, and hopefully once I finish this, it all looks like it's supposed to, and it doesn't matter. I want this to open the other way. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, now for windows and how I want that to look. I almost feel like that window is now too big. So I need this to look good from the inside and from the outside, which is going to be a challenge because I want the window to be centered and I want it to be a decent size, but I want it to look in proportion to this and that window. I'm thinking I'm going to do the same thing, close this in. I know I probably don't have to be spending this to close the entire thing in because I could just work around it, but I'm working with cheaper doors and or walls now, so why not? Alright. Windows. Okay, what style? I kind of like this style, especially because we had it on the door. And I want it centered, though, over here. So, kind of like that. I definitely want to lose the windowsill. Okay, let me take a look at that. I know that's one of the options. We can say no to the windowsill. No shutters. Yeah, I want the bars. That's, like, one of the main things. I will worry about styles in a bit. I'm thinking, okay, that looks like 3 on that side, 3 on that side, so we're good there. Now let's see how it looks from inside. I mean, if we ignore all of the other stuff going on, I think it's not bad. Bigger might have been better. Let's see if we have, I think that's, I don't want to go taller necessarily, but it might have actually been better. Let me maybe consider this one over here. And then the bigger one here. So let's, again, no windowsill. And then place that centered right there. I think if we didn't have, or if we had furniture here, we would want something a bit smaller, but because we don't have furniture, I want the nice big window. I think the ceilings feel almost too tall for what we're dealing with, but I wish it were light, but I'm thinking I'm pretty happy with that. We'll have to, you know, make adjustments on the rest. This feels off-kilter because of the way we've changed the walls inside. And I'm worried if we go over like that, it's going to look... Yeah, it doesn't look right because of what's going on outside. I might... Yeah, I'm not feeling ambitious enough to change the shape of the porch. We could always put like a hutch or something here to kind of support that whole look. Okay. So I think we have the basic layout that I'm going with. It's not ideal to need to go through the bedroom to get to the bathroom, but I think it's going to be what's best for our situation here. Now, the other thing I wanted to do... Oh, that's right. I was going to put that going out to the back, but we can't do that if we're putting the bed there. Unless we were to put the bed there, we could put a door in here. Like, nice, wide, sliding door, balcony door type situation. Centered on this wall. I really wish that we had some more light to work with, but I sold all the lights, so I know I could probably go find one of the space lights, but let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, and 1, 2, 3.5 on that side, so we just need to shift it a little bit. Part of what's throwing things off is the all the different textures going on in these rooms right now. It's a bit chaotic. I'm just gonna go ahead and slap a thing up here, turn that on so we can see what we're working with and hopefully give everyone an idea of everything. Now I'm going to go here. We're going to change the style. Now, I don't want the black. I would like... I think I want to go like an... Ooh, at the dark beach. I'm feeling something a little darker this time around. And I want the black handles. And, okay, what are we doing with the... Nope, I don't want... How do we... Yeah, I don't want it, like, weird. But I'm thinking we'll just stick with the black there as well. Okay. And I can't see the handles that I'm working with here. I gotta turn this a little bit so that we can see the handles. Okay, I think the stockier handles really fit the size of this better. Now what I'm going to do, I keep wanting to go into here when I actually mean to do this. So I'm going to copy the style of this and try transferring it over. Okay, now I want to change this up a little bit. And I would like to do the beach all the way through. I think that looks a lot nicer, a lot richer. And then I want to take a look at our door handle options. But once again, I didn't leave myself room to see what was going on. I'm thinking I kind of really liked the original it had. That kind of basic, but that unfortunately has more of a rounded look. So I wonder if we can get something similar like that. Yeah, that looks a little more coordinated. So then what we want to do is copy this style. Or actually we need to, yeah, we just need to copy. Whoops. Okay, now I want to try the same thing here. No shutters, no windowsill. And I want to try the dark beach on everything. And the mutton bars to be black, like an ebony black. That would work out well, I think. Now, can I do this correctly this time? Copy the style. And now paste it over to here. There we go. Okay, now what I want to do is duplicate this for over here, I think. Well, no, I don't think I want to duplicate that one there. But I do want to bring it into here. We need to move this painting. I just redid the painting style to match, but I think like that, or we're going to end up using... I think I actually want to take this one over here and do something in here. I have to figure out exactly where I want that because I'm thinking that wall's got to be closed in as well. And we might have like a smaller one over a sink or something, but definitely wanted to open up that area. Really hoping I can get an island in here. I think that will finish that area off. Actually, what I was thinking as window-wise here was narrower windows like these. Let's see, is that the height I want to go? Probably something like that. And like that. Now, they've got to move for sure. So we need to fill this space in. Okay. I feel like I know this is all looking very disconnected and strange at the moment, especially because we're working with so many different wall materials that aren't quite lining up. But what we'll do is eventually have those centered with the bed underneath it. I think it's going to go one more over. Depends on the width of the bed. I'll have to adjust those for the bed. But now I'm going to do the same thing again where I grab the style and paste it to these two, which I think already looking better. I need these to be lined up with the height of the door, though. Let's see which... Yeah, so it's about there. And about there. Okay. So bed in the middle, tables underneath, centered, obviously, when we get around to that. Right now, it's very hard for me to figure center. I know this is off. That's what's... It's like 2 over there and 2 over there. Okay. Yeah. Something like that. And then the bed in the middle. And I need to figure out the style of window I want to do here. I don't know if I want another one of these. We could try that. I'm not sure I'm thrilled about the idea of it being behind the couch like that. Let me place it there for a moment and just move this out of my way so I can see what I'm doing. And we want to center this on the wall, obviously. But it's not letting me place it where I want to at the moment because there's missing wall right now. Let me go ahead and sell that. Oh, geez, now I've got a huge hole in the wall. It's going well. Really loving my skills here. My beautiful ability to fix everything. Yeah, we have so much work to do on this place. Amazingly, we've only spent about, what, maybe 20,000 doing this right now, so I guess I can't complain too much. Okay, duplicate and place you set. I need to close this door. Close. Why? There we go. All right. I don't know what was going on there. It would not close the door even though I was pressing E. Okay, I need to center you. I feel like we need something bigger. Maybe 2 of them? So if we have you come in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... Okay, you're not going to quite come in 4 there. So we shift you over 1. Then we can get you here. We can move you over here to a more convenient place. And then we can put you back over here, centered under our centered windows? Maybe? Yeah. Okay, this is lower than those, but I actually like the higher, which tells me I need to bring this up a notch too. Like so. How does that look from the outside, though? Oh, that's not bad. I mean, it's bad. We need so much work on this place. The only issue is that it's higher than the door, but I think I'm going to have to just live with that. I really also need to eventually figure out the posts and everything and how I go about buying those things. So I have probably a bit of research to do as well to figure out how I want to style everything. Okay, and then final thing I want to do before I take off for today is to change the style of this to match everything else. I think we're going to go with the style 8 because that seems to have the kind of rounded look that we've been looking for. And then we're going to get all of this changed over. This is all in black, so we're good. And I think that that is pretty much what I'm aiming for. And then we also need to do the same with this. We'll get that into the dark beach, which was pretty close already, but yeah, okay. So, oh wait, I need to fill in this wall. And then I think that is the extent of what we're doing today. We have completely destroyed this house, but I think eventually it's going to look really nice. We just have a lot of work to do. But I'm really liking the choice to go with the dark colors here, or the dark wood. I think it's going to end up looking really brightened up once we finish, though, because I want to go, I think, with maybe a lighter color on the house to contrast the dark, but I'm going to want to do all of this trim, I think, in that beach color as well. I think that's going to end up looking nice. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching me destroy this house. Have an amazing day, and keep on being perfectly you.